Alright, so CryptoGodJohn has a brand new favorite AI token that he thinks has a lot of potential still left to go. So by now we should all know CryptoGodJohn. He's made a lot of money in crypto, turned 3 grand into millions in the first cycle, and it's turned those millions into potentially, maybe not quite, hundreds of millions into this cycle. So I want to walk you through a new CryptoGodJohn recommendation. It's an AI token that he thinks has a lot of potential left in it. And when CryptoGodJohn finds a new token, I listen, because in the past he's done things like this. Have a look at the date down here, October 27th, 2023. He tweeted, "I started accumulating a bag of this token called Actus." He says, "I think this can be one of the top AI coins in 2024-2025. The team consists of ex-employees from Google and JP Morgan." Now, October 27th, 2023, let's come and have a look at that graph. That is right here at 0.0024. You can see right now it is at 0.025. It's over a 10x from his original call. And this is the same token we broke down in our Patreon as he mentioned it. That's why we follow CryptoGodJohn. We're following the best traders, the biggest influencers, people with advantages over us, and then just copying what they're doing so we don't have to do all the research. The other one that's paid off really well in the AI niche that CryptoGodJohn recommended was OXO.ai. This is one of my biggest bags at the moment. You can see it was all the way down here, 0.0018. It's now 30 cents. He's been strongly convicted on it for a while. But the interesting thing is I still see a lot of comments under these YouTube videos that are like, oh, the AI tokens have already pumped, or I got the meme tokens have already pumped. It's no longer meme season. Well, CryptoGodJohn thinks you are wrong. He says, "I think if you go 100% AI exposure, you can 20x your net worth over the next 12 to 18 months. Now, that's a big call, because 20x in your net worth is a lot of money. A 20x in the bull market ROI overall, impressive. And so how does John plan to do this? Well, he plans to do it with this new token. He says, "I partnered up and added a bag of GPU to my core AI bags." Now, this is March 5th, 2024. This is today. He wrote, "As the AI, cloud computing, and deep-in narrative grow stronger, I think this can be a top performer with his OPSEC bag." This is another token that he's in. He says that GPU are building out a GPU marketplace similar to how NVIDIA does it, but for crypto. So let's take a look at what he means by that. So this is their website, Node AI, and they say they're powering the demand for the next gen AI. Now, what's actually interesting with this, in my personal opinion, this isn't AI, this is deep-in, because they're not actually developing AI. They're providing key infrastructure for all the use cases of the computational power, which a lot of it is now coming through AI, because it takes a lot of GPUs to render these videos and to render these photos that everyone can now create just from a text prompt. You can see here in their docs, they have all the use cases. So AI, model training and development, graphics, rendering and animation, scientific research and simulation, gaming, virtuality, anything you're really going to need a computer for, it's going to help with. So if you don't understand how the deep-in infrastructure works, there's a high demand for GPUs to render all that stuff we just went with. But if you're renting the GPUs or buying the GPUs from someone like NVIDIA, as CryptoGodJohn was saying, they're centralized, they're a lot more expensive, and apparently they're running out of them. And so the alternative to get cheaper processing power is to do the decentralized one, which is the deep-in infrastructure, such as Node AI. You can see if you are a client of someone like Node AI, you come down and you rent these graphics cards in order to process whatever you're wanting to process on your computer for this amount of time, 85 cents an hour, or you can rent it by month, $600 a month. On the other side of things, if you have graphical processing cards, which we all have graphical processing cards in our computers, you can rent them out just like you would drive your car around town and pick people up in an Uber on behalf of some tokens, also known as US dollars or Australian dollars or whatever country you're in. You can now do that with your laptop. When you're not using it, you can have the processing power be used, but of course, on a more industrial level and scale like this, you're going to need a whole sort of GPU farm in order to rent out. There's a couple of really intriguing characteristics of this token, specifically the Node AI token. The one that took me by surprise was they say that their team operates on real revenue, hence, it's always good to have hence on your website somewhere, very sophisticated word, no team tokens, which did raise a couple of alarm bells for me. But instead of there being a lot of dilution to come and a lot of it going to the team and team getting really rich, they're saying we're not taking tokens. We only want the revenue that is actually driven by the graphical processes. They do have a buy and sell tax on their token, which 2% goes to the expansion and maintenance of their GPU units, 1% for marketing. Now, this is probably the pool that CryptoGodJohn got his tokens from, because you can see in this tweet, he said he partnered up and added a bag. He didn't say he actually bought a bag himself. And we do track CryptoGodJohn's wallets because we want to know when he's buying and selling these things, and we haven't seen it enter his wallets yet. So I'm under the suspicion that it's going to be vesting over the next 12 months or so, and it's going to be given to him for free in return for exposure. I mean, you're watching this video and learning about Node AI right now. because of this partnership. So lastly, I want to show you their roadmap before we dive into some intriguing tokenomics. So stage 1, this is where we're currently at. They've had a fair launch, like we just talked about. Seek to earn rewards, build and grow community, and set up a referral program. So they're trying to onboard a lot of people, get more GPUs online, and actually start this business. Stage 2, they want to launch enterprise API endpoints. They want to expand their GPU servers. They want to rent AI nodes, AI trading tools, and 7 figs yearly revenue target, which is interesting. You don't normally see revenue targets on roadmaps. In stage 3, they want to progress to launching personal AI nodes, GPU servers expansion phase 2, so keep getting more GPUs and more servers online, a node AI marketplace, a mobile app for monitoring, and global data centers. This is what their Twitter looks like. They say rent or lend GPU power and earn rewards with GPU. We generate revenue by powering AI with GPUs. Again, they power the AI. So even though they're node AI, they're the computational power that is allowing AI to actually function. And so most importantly, let's have a look at their tokenomics, and then I'll give you my personal opinion on this project and if I'm personally getting in with my own money. So this is on CoinMarketCap. I've sorted by 7 days. They're up 132%, which scares a lot of people away. They've already run. Let's have a look at how far they've actually run. $53 million market cap. Now, CryptoGodJohn, I haven't got this on paper, but he normally likes to target those 10x's. I'm sure he thinks this can go to $1 billion. And it's had a couple of really sharp inclines recently. Even just today, it is up 34%. It is nice to see the fully diluted volume already out there. I do like the way they have actually launched this token, but there's still some things that I'm slightly concerned about. For example, Judge Sender over here. He says, when you've got render holders, if you don't know what render is, it's the biggest AI token out there. I think they're at about a $4 billion market cap. It rode the insane AI boom and made a lot of people very wealthy. He says they're now selling render tokens in order to buy the GPU tokens, trading down and trying to do it all again. He says when this happens, you know things are getting really interesting. This ticker alone will send it to the billies, never mind the fact that the team are pushing hard. So Judge Sender is insanely bullish, and he's a little bit less discreet than CryptoGodJohn, but I did some research into this. So pulled up the render token and the GPU token just to see how many people are actually selling render for GPU. And unfortunately, there's only 181 out of 76,000 holders. Only 181 holders have overlap between the two. So the tweet, although it has a screenshot of some whale, it's not actually a whale. I think it's only about 4 Ethereum worth. Buying render for GPU, there's not that many people actually doing this. In fact, Pepe actually has the meme token, Pepe, 343 holders of both and a 0.19% as opposed to a 0.24%. So there's no real flow from that top tier AI project in render into GPU at the moment. The other thing that I'm slightly concerned about is these are John's main AI holds right now. He says there might be a couple more in here. These are just off the top of his head. He's got OPSEC, PAL, OXO, GPU, that's the one we just went through, Scale, Tau, Actis, ZKML, I'm actually not sure what that one is, Opti, and Zig. And so not only does he get to partner with these things and get tokens from them all and then promote them all on Twitter, but he almost has an index fund of these AI tokens in all of these. And for me personally, there is a token that I'm invested in that does exactly what GPU does. It has a little bit of a smaller market cap, and I think it's run a lot better. And for those reasons, even though it's got CryptoGodJohn behind it, and I'm a massive fan of just following what influencers do because John is going to pump this in the bull market. It's going to go crazy. As liquidity comes down from Bitcoin into these alts and the AI has another run and John's just pumping this one over and over again, it does have the advantage, so I am intrigued, but for now, I'm not buying. I'm curious, what do you think about GPU, and do you have any other alternatives that you're invested in? Comment them below and I'll have a look and potentially break them down on this channel.